Something's out there. Something that forced its way into our world. Listen up! Come get some.
Status selected.
Come get some. All right. Come get some. Come get some.
Shout out to Sam Raimi.
Come get some.
Bruce Campbell. Haha.
Come get some.
Yeah.
Come get some.
Okay. Look.
Hey, welcome back to the channel. How you doing, Deadites and survivors? I hope you're all having a groovy day, and happy belated Father's Day to all those awesome dads out there. I got a great video for you today. It's a real banger. The new patch for Evil Dead the game, as a lot of people have already heard. I'm a little late on it because I was at work, but the new patch came out today. And to be perfectly honest, Saber answered all of my prayers. Now, you'll see people online crying about these patch notes, about the nerfs and the buffs that happen, but I believe that they were nerfs and buffs that need to happen. Like, I know most of you have probably seen the video I posted last night when I 1v1'd Ellie Ghost and a possessed basic with AOD Ash. That should not be possible. So they nerfed AOD Ash, among others, and I'm going to go through them notes with you right now. And I appreciate you for watching the video. Join me live later for some in-game. I'm going to be playing live on stream to check out some of these nerfs and buffs. Alright, here we go. The Saber support page on the Saber website, balancing change list, June 20th, 2022. So, for survivors, here are some of the nerfs. Hunter stamina regeneration changed from 35 stamina points per second to 20 stamina points per second, which means no more infinite dodging, thank God. Revive from bleeding out state time changed from 3 seconds to 4 seconds, which means that it's going to take longer to revive your teammates. Stamina upgrade level 4, stamina cost reduction percentage changed from 50% to 40%. Boss headshot damage multiplier to Henrietta, Ellie Ghost, and Evil Ash changed from 1.5 to 1.25. So what that means is the headshots that the bosses are taking from the hunters have been nerfed, which means the bosses aren't going to be two-shotted anymore. Here we go with the character abilities, character-specific abilities. Leader Ash, El Jefe. Aura range bonus damage changed from 10% to 15%, which is awesome. Annie, the Howitzer. Aura bonus range damage changed from 10% to 25%. So Annie and Leader Ash, their auras got huge buffs, which is awesome because they were kind of on the weak side. At least Leader Ash was kind of on the weak side, in my opinion. Lord Arthur's Wrath, melee bonus damage changed from 30% to 20%. So what the Lord's Wrath did was when he activated it, it increased the damage of everyone around him by 30%, which would destroy bosses when you ganged up on them. So it goes from 30% to 20%, which is awesome. Warrior Ash, that's what I'm talking about. He got 2 nerfs, and honestly, it's awesome that it comes right on the heels of that bullshit I pulled last night. So, Warrior Ash, Shield Blast. Shield damage explosion changed from 200 to 125. That is a 75 point nerf. So it's not gonna be nearly as effective as it was. It's not gonna be essential to have your shields up the whole time anymore. Well, I mean, it will be, but you really shouldn't be relying on your blast radius damage at this point. I actually have a build for AOD Ash that meshes well with his nerfs, actually. I did something a little different than what you normally see, and I'll put it up after the video. Warrior Ash, Wiseman's Potion. Duration changed from 25 seconds to 20 seconds. So it doesn't last as long. Cooldown changed from 60 to 80 seconds. Damage reduction changed from 50% to 30%. So, yeah, he caught a big nerf. But, like I said, my new build that I came up with last night is not, it's not going to be affected by this in the least. Because this nerf is based on the build everyone else is currently using, and I changed that up. Hunter Ash, Exorcist, I don't really think this needs to be nerfed because Hunter Ash, he was to begin with. So, Exorcist, cooldown changed from 60 seconds to 90 seconds. Infernal energy reduction percentage changed from 15% to 20%. So, his cooldown on Exorcist is 30 seconds longer, but his energy reduction when he uses it went from 50% to 20%, which means he can knock you out of possession faster. Ed Getley got 2 buffs, or 2 things done to him. One is a buff and one is a nerf, I believe. It's a trap. Cooldown changed from 60 seconds to 90 seconds, so that's another 30 seconds tacked on. The Collector increased the probability to find higher rarity loot boxes, which now officially, I believe, makes Ed Getley the best hunter in his class. Kelly, Battle Frenzy. Buff X stack changed from 2% to 1%, which is awesome. Cheryl, Healing Area. When drinking Shemp's range changed from 6 meters to 5 meters. I don't agree with that one. Because I've been in situations where people were close by within 5 meters and it didn't really work. So skill nerfs. Last Chance. Level 1 changed from 10% to 5%. 2 changed from 15 to 10. Level 3 changed from 20 to 15. Level 4 changed from 30% to 20%. So now it goes up in increments of 5, which is fine. That's balanced. Deadly Up Close. Level 2 damage changed from 15 to 10. Level 3 changed from 25 to 20. So increments of 10 on that, which is fine. Dropping each by 5%. Staying Power. Level 3 changed from 25% to 15%. That dropped 10%. And that is, all of that is hard nerf to hunters, basically. Now, the Kandarian Demon buffs. Which was what I was expecting it, but I got a pleasant surprise in the buffs. Infernal Energy Regeneration from 15 points per second to 20 points per second during the Necronomicon phase. That didn't really, that I don't really care about that because the way my build on my demons is anyway, I'm gaining energy almost instantaneously. Skeleton Elite Arm Health was changed from 100 to 200, which means you will not be able to dismember the elites as quickly as you would before, and I'm here for that. I don't really use elites anyway. They're kind of slow and cumbersome, so that's fine. Possession level 5. Extra health of possessed units changed from 40% to 50%. Booyah! Which makes my basics way stronger. Possessed Survivor Headshot bonus multiplier changed from 1.7 to 1.2, which means when you possess a hunter like Kelly, Ed, whoever, you won't be able to annihilate a team as quickly, which is cool. I like that. Possessed Elite Deadite Health changed from 2,800 to 3,000. That's fine. Possessed Elite Skeleton Health changed from 2,000 to 2,250, which is fine. Possessed Berserker Health changed from 1,300 to 1,500. So all the basics or all the elites caught a buff, which again is fine, except most of the elites are slow. Card possession maintain energy cost from change from 0.5 seconds to 0.3 seconds. So possession of a car ends much faster. Car possession energy cost changed from 100 to 60, which is awesome. You'll be able to possess cars easier, but it doesn't last as long. Increased arms dismemberment resistance for elite skeletons. So basically the elites got buffed across the board for all of the demons. A huge buff. For the specific classes, Warlord, possess Deadite stun time changes. Basics from 1.5 to 1 second, so your basics will only be stunned for a second. Elites, the same thing. And the boss from 2 seconds to 1.5 seconds. So all of that is good. Possess Deadite balance bar changes. Basics from 300 to 400. Elite 525 to 625. Boss from 800 to 900, which is amazing. Looking at these numbers, it looks like the Warlord is by far the best demon in the game right now. Although, y'all know I love me some Evil Ash. And he is the second strongest. Puppeteer. Stun time changes. Basics from 2 seconds to 1.5. Elite from 2.5 to 1.5, which is fine. Basics got half a second, and elites got a whole second knocked off. Basics from 230 to 330, elites from 450 to 550 for balance bar changes. Which, I think looking at these numbers, Ellie Ghost definitely needs a bit of a buff, especially since, again, I 1v1'd him last night, no problem. And his basics, no problem. Necromancer, possess Deadite stun time changes. Basics from 1.5 to 1 second. That's fine. Half a second. Half a second across the board for elites and bosses as well. Balance bar changes 350 to 400, 500 to 550, and bosses from 700 to 800. So essentially, regardless of what people are crying about, the demons didn't really get that much of a buff. Just the elites really got buffed, and that's fine because they're slow, so it's not really going to make much of a difference. And my build does not include elites, so it doesn't affect me at all. The balance bar and the stun time, I'm digging. But again, it doesn't really affect me because, once your balance bar is broken with your basics, it's a matter of seconds before you're dead anyway. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna run some games later as the demon to test some of these out, and I'm definitely gonna start building up Henry the Red and Ed Getley, since Ed got a buff and Henry got no nerfs. So thanks for watching, and I hope you come and check out my live stream later. Alright, this is my AOD Ash build. So it's not really any different than anybody else's build, with the difference of if you look at line 2, spot 4, and then the very last ability, they're both geared towards reducing damage from basics and reducing damage from bosses. Now, my AOD Ash is about to be maxed out. As you can see from the bar, he's going to be at 25, and then that last point is going to max out the damage reduction from basics, which would give me 13% damage reduction from bosses. So the build is essentially designed to maximize damage resistance, and and melee damage and balance bar damage, as well as reducing damage taken from basics and bosses. And that's how you're going to have to run it. I wouldn't worry about dumping any points into shields. I have 3 points in shields, but that's damage reduction when a shield is active. I get reduced damage. I believe it's 20%. I'm looking at a picture right now, so I'm not in game. I can't hover over it. But everything else, like I have the increased health. I have 3 points in the increased health. And then I maxed out damage output with melee, and I maxed out balance bar damage, but I didn't touch blunt weapons, sharp weapons, any of that. It's a waste of time because at level 25 you get a damage buff with a chainsaw, and that's usually the first thing I look for when I'm playing with AOD Ash. So I suggest trying this build out with this new update, because let me tell you what, it's lit. I 1v1'd Eligos with it, and right after I killed Eligos, he possessed a basic, and I 1v1 the basic, and they barely could do any damage to me. I used 1 Shemps in the fight with both of them. You know what I mean? Between the 2 fights, I used 1 Shemps. So, you know, try it out. Let me know what you think. I appreciate you checking this video out. Like, subscribe, all that happy hoo-ha. Thank you.